Yes, I'm still getting over my accident, and it's becoming a real pain in the backside, or pain in the back anyway, not the backside. So again, like last week, please bear with me, just in case I make mistakes. So, do you know exactly how many change management models and methodologies there are in the CM ecosystem? I know of probably over 50, which I class as the better known ones. But on top of that, there are probably many more if you count the lesser known ones and those that have been created by organizations to fit their own culture and their ways of working. I thought I'd actually done a Sunday SoundByte about this subject before, but mainly because it's one of the most posted about subjects on LinkedIn. But it looks like I haven't, have I? So let's go, shall we? First of all, Wikipedia defines methodology as the systematic, theoretical analysis of the methods applied to a field of study. It comprises the theoretical analysis of the body of methods and principles associated with a branch of knowledge. A methodology does not set out to prove or provide solutions. It is therefore not the same thing as a method. Instead, it offers a theoretical underpinning for understanding which method, set of methods, or so-called best practices can be applied to a specific case. For example, to calculate a specific result. Now, all models and methodologies have value in their own way, but for me, they should only be used by the most experienced or advanced or seasoned practitioners, require deep academic and or practical knowledge that is then interpreted and executed accurately. They should not be used as the be-all and end-all in a change initiative, because they sometimes only serve to restrict change managers who should not be shackled, because change is an iterative process and needs to be flexible and intuitive. I tend to prefer building bespoke change approaches based on my own practical framework approach to change for organizations that I get key stakeholders to sign up to, thereby getting that initial really important buy-in. But let's be clear, methodologies and methodology are no substitute for an experienced change manager, because change, as we know, is high risk, it's complex, and it's dynamic, often messy and painful, like my back, fraught with problems, and of course, associated with the unpredictable behavior of people. I think, personally, there are too many consultancies peddling their out-of-box methodologies, models via massive PowerPoint decks that just do not cut it when it comes to engagement and leadership. Remember, not one size fits all, so let's not get hung up on just one way, because there are many ways, as they say, to skin a cat, and each has their own strengths and weaknesses. So, the other thing I think is change managers tend to get too focused on models and methodology, which engenders not a lot of innovation and creativity, to be honest. And all it does, is just exacerbates the problem and creates an army of change robots who cannot see further than those methodologies. Personally, I think this is one of the main issues that contributes to the low success rate of change initiatives, Dare I mention the 70% failure rate at this stage? Hush your mouth out. Okay. So, methodologies and approaches are all well and good, but they need to be executed and delivered by change managers that have the nous to take and use them in such a way that makes it compelling for an organization to follow. While methodologies and models are an important component of change management capability, they are not the only one, and perhaps not even the most important one. A change manager who can make sense of all the noise using these and other tools is the most important asset an organization can have. So for me, there's three key ingredients to the successful delivery of a change initiative. 1, knowledge and understanding of methodologies. 2, building a bespoke approach that fits with the organization's culture and their way of doing things. And 3, managed by an experienced and seasoned change manager. Finally, it's a bit of a short one, isn't it? Let me finish with a couple of telling quotes for you. A guy called George Edward Pelham-Box, 1919 to 2013, he was a British mathematician and professor of statistics at the University of Wisconsin, said, essentially, all models are wrong, but some are useful. Going on to Abraham Harold Maslow, 1908 to 1970, he was an American psychologist who was best known for, yes, you guessed it, creating Maslow's hierarchy of needs, said, if the only tool you have is a hammer, you tend to see every problem as a nail. That's it. But next week, I'll go through what I call common model methodology components that you may want to consider if you decide to build your own bespoke one. Okay, so thank you once again, and I'll be back.